And we are live, and this is the opening rally right there with Samson Hernandez and Fast Eddie getting a quick couple points versus Razzle Dazzle. Manny Sanchez and his partner, T-Wack, Tony Vasquez. Manny goes by the last name Hernandez, but we call him Manny Sanchez. Very hard to see the court here as Samson Hernandez just hit that one to Waverland Boulevard out there on the alley next to Stratosphere. My broadcast partner for this match is Izzy Rivera, who's very well connected to the big ball community.
How you doing, Dave? Good to be here
Izzy,
again.
you know, you love big ball, but do you also have the same passion for the small ball game?
I would say that I don't have the same passion. I have a great appreciation for the small ball game. Generally, small ball is the only other version of the game that's played in New York, outdoors, aside from big ball. Maybe if I was exposed to more versions of the game, well, we have something called front ball now. That's new. And what it is that you get to see a different technique in small ball that you won't generally see in big ball. You get to use a lot of wrist motion, finger motion in small ball, and you won't see that in big ball. So it's a different skill set, and I get curious to see if that skill set can be implemented in big ball, and how would it work, what effect would it have, and is it even possible? So there's a curiosity, there's an appreciation for the art, but I wouldn't say the passion is the same. It's more of like a fun thing. I enjoy it, I respect it, it's fun, and it's a whole different skill set.
Well, I try to play both somewhat casually, and I can tell you that you can really not translate your small ball game into a big ball game, although Ricky Ruiz and even Sal Duenas are the only two that I've seen have been able to actually do it where they take those sidearm strokes. The problem is it's very difficult to toggle back and forth, and yeah, those that can do it are just, you have to appreciate it.
Yeah, in the one wall category, you have standouts like Pee Wee Castro. I mean, his small ball game is almost identical to his big ball game. Serves and everything. Now he's added some new serves, so he's got some new tools in the arsenal. But generally, there's very few guys that can translate both unless their games are the same. Some guys just make different games altogether for each version, and it doesn't work successfully in the championship caliber, at the elite level. You know, at the jack of all trades level, it's fine, but at the elite level, it won't cut it. A lot of guys like to do long-term preparation when playing for one big championship. Let's say Castro, Pee Wee Castro, he would prefer to train mostly small ball before a big small ball event, as opposed to playing both until the event. He'll choose just the small ball, you know, to familiarize himself with the little details. And he doesn't want to be surprised by anything on court.
As a person who loves the game, do you appreciate those that can cross over and play both at an elite level?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's like the Bo Jacksons of handball.
The Robert Sostries, the Pee Wee Castros.
Yeah, Sostry
even guys
is a
like
phenomenon.
You know, Samson Hernandez, they don't cross over enough because they don't go play, and Boxer Rosales from the South Coast side.
Yeah.
But I say South, but I really mean Southwest.
Yeah.
And then you have those in New York that cross over and can play big ball and small ball, like the Mike Schneiders or the.
Yeah. Well, Mike Schneider plays small ball at a pretty high level. He's definitely an open player. He's definitely a threat to anyone playing against. He's the Red Bull champion, the very first Red Bull champion, I think. And he knows how to handle a small ball. He's not as strong with his big ball game at that elite level, but he definitely has a very good big ball game, you know. And he's a four wall player. He's a pretty strong four wall player. I'm not sure what caliber level, but I'm pretty sure it's maybe low open or a high A caliber. They caliber the skill level of athletes differently depending on what organization you're in. In New York big ball, when we say A player is the final level, the final caliber.
Right.
But in, let's say, the USHA, A player would be less than elite level. A player would be like, you know, less than an open player, you know. where open player is what we mean the best. In New York, with big ball, A player is the best.
Now we're back into play here. I'm an F player. That's below D. I don't know if you ever went to school, you'd know what an F is. Maybe not you, but I certainly did.
Definitely not me. I majored in A's. Got a great rally here by T-Wack and Samson Hernandez right here. Oh, it looks like Samson saved that.
T-Wack not necessarily hitting that ball where he wanted to. He wanted to shank it into that corner, a la
8 serving 7.
Edgar Oliver, but he totally didn't do it.
Well, that's actually not Edgar Oliver. Edgar Oliver played with.
I said a la
excuse
Edgar
me.
Oliver.
So, okay, there you go. Oh, sorry about that.
Hold on. It passed him, but it
we
burned
call
him.
him repaired knee Eddie. He just got his knee repaired.
Do I have to ask him?
Oh, so Chris Tojan got the.
It passed him. It hit the wall, and then it burned Eddie. So is that over or is the point? It burned him.
But the question about whether it burned the player, it's actually, it goes against Eddie.
It's a point.
Yeah.
It's a point. It's a point. If it bounces, it has to bounce twice. So
yeah. It actually states that in the rule book, and I know that the referee's talking to me, so I tried to explain it and also announce at the same time. You can't burn somebody, and that's the term they use in Southern California now.
Oh, you can't purposely burn somebody?
No, it's not. It never, that's the opposite of that. The burn never happens on purpose. That's the point. It's when somebody lets the ball go and their doubles partner gets hit by the ball after the play is dead. So, for example, if Manny Sanchez, who's touching the ball right now on the screen there with the light blue shirt, his doubles partner T-Wack. If Manny Sanchez swings and misses, excuse me, if he hits the ball and the opponent swings and misses and it hits his own partner, Manny's partner being Fast Eddie, then it goes against Fast Eddie and Manny Sanchez. And if Sanchez hits the ball and the other two teams swing and miss, and T-Wack grabs it so it doesn't go out in the crowd, it goes against T-Wack and Manny Sanchez. The ball isn't dead until it hits the second bounce.
Yeah.
You can't hit your own partner because, as a great philosopher once told me, that's not a really great shot if you actually hit your own partner with it, even if the play's dead. So he said, you made the perfect shot, but did you really? Because you also hit your own partner. You also fooled him as well.
Yeah.
And therefore, they, in Southern California, just learned this today, call it a burn.
A burn.
When you burn your partner.
10 serving 9.
We have the
a burn actually.
no burning rule.
Yeah,
I guess.
A burn actually, from what I understand, is something that we call a Tony Roberts in New York. Tony Roberts, one of the stronger players in New York, and even the lowest players in the streets, in the alleyways, know what a Tony Roberts is. They know what its name is and what the purpose of it is. And there's a lot of debate behind the play, but generally what it is a Tony Roberts is when you deceive your opponent into thinking you're going to hit the ball.
11 serving 9.
And then you let it go and
miss
hit
it, and it hits the opponent behind you. And the blame would go to the opponent for standing so close to you, basically tailgating you. And that would be his crime, and he would get what they call burned over here in SoCal.
Okay, I understand that now. I was wondering where the burn was, but
yeah.
but I totally understand that. But but there's a few cases where so you hit the guy, but let's imagine if Manny Sanchez.
And that's a risky move to not hit the ball.
Everybody's laying on the ground after diving, and Manny hits the ball, and obviously he won the point, but his own partner also got hit by the ball. Yeah. It used to be an old rule back in the day where you would say, well, the play was dead because the ball went past the players. It was obvious, but that made a subjective call by the referee. Now we have this burn rule.
12,
where you say if you
9.
catch it or if it gets touched by yourself.
Yeah, the ball is in play until
it bounces twice.
Are done.
No matter what happens.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
A gust of wind could happen and push the ball backwards.
That's an avoidable hinder right there.
Yeah, I didn't really
That's a
catch
classic
the play.
avoidable.
Yeah, I call over.
I'm not sure what
he was running in.
What Flash is going to call on that.
12 serving 9.
Chris said he was running in, but that wasn't his shot. It was Manny's shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was running in all right. I'm going to run in every time
Flash
I play.
is a little unsure of his call, actually. I'm not sure if he was really
he just played it over.
On point about it, yeah. Now, Manny Sanchez, I don't know if it's Manny Sanchez, Manny Hernandez. We call him Razzle Dazzle. He's got a lot of magic behind him. He's kind of coming out into his own recently. He just won, I think, Pro Stop #2 in Fullerton with Samson Hernandez against Feo Capullo. He's making a big name for himself. He overcame a big win in Ricky Ruiz in Pro Stop #3. And he's coming out here. He didn't want to play any singles. He really wanted to focus on the doubles, and it looks like he's coming to his own in a big way right now. He wasn't on the radar at any other point. But now it looks like the WPH is kind of making new stars out here, and he's one of them.
Smart play right there from the guy you're talking about. Manny
Okay.
could have easily done what 100% of us would have done, is was
Timeout.
push that over to the left, and he said he went
13,
right back down
serving
the right,
Yeah.
where all the players were standing.
Yeah, I mean
that's
why
a
they
smart-
call him Razzle Dazzle. He has a whole lot of magic.
You're right. He's like an overnight success.
Yeah, yeah.
Razzle dazzle here. Obviously, I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, but Sanchez and Vasquez are up 13-10. I mean, on paper, you just would not pick this.
Yeah.
Because of what Samson Hernandez comes with, you know, some great baggage, not the
Yeah.
bad baggage, but the good baggage. You know, we looked at it this way when we were seeding the tournament, and we had a big argument. I would say it was a spirited argument, where I felt that Samson Hernandez deserved either the #1 or #2 seed, and he didn't get it. But I thought he deserved it because in every one of the pro stops, he was in the finals with a different partner every time. And I said, well, it doesn't.
Combined total with singles and doubles.
No,
doubles
just
alone?
looking at doubles only.
Yeah.
This guy has sort of that Tracy Davis philosophy where it's like, I don't complain about anything. Whoever you put in front of me, I'm just going to go after him.
Yeah.
And whoever you team up with me, I'm still going to win.
Yeah.
Samson Hernandez went and teamed up with 3 different people so far on this Cup Series in the doubles, and he's won or made it to the finals with every single one of those players,
I mean,
including that big team of Ricky Ruiz and himself. So
yeah.
that's why I made the argument. I said immediately, no matter who he plays with, he's going to be in the finals.
Yeah, I mean,
and once again, he is.
Samson Hernandez is one of those standout players. People take notice of him from kind of, if you're in the handball society, in any handball community, especially big ball, you're going to know who he is. You're going to take notice who he is. You've seen his face in the finals before.
10.
He has a confidence. He knows how to overcome ridiculous odds, namely in Fresno when he was losing 14-7 to Sal Duenas in a 15 game with rally scoring. And he ran out 8 points to finish it off. You know, he has that amazing championship
serving
mentality,
10.
that cool level-headedness that some people would associate with Robert Sawstry, being cool as ice under pressure, being able to handle that final moment in the spotlight. He can handle it, he can take it, he can give it back, you know, and you're right, he can do it with pretty much anybody.
And the first game goes to Dazzle and T-Wack.
Wow.
And you're right about Samson. Actually, Samson in that match with Sal Duenas, that was in Tucson, not Fresno.
That was in Tucson.
But it really makes no difference.
Yeah.
It was simply, if I were to die today, I would say it was one of the greatest matches that no one's ever talked about in the history of handball.
Yeah.
You have to go back and watch that if you can.
I mean,
go onto the on-demand page and look that up, because it was, I've never really seen, that's one of the best efforts I've ever seen in any sport, not just handball.
Yeah. I mean, rally scoring, I believe that rally scoring is in New York, we don't use rally scoring, but I can't express how much more appreciative I was of it when I started coming to SoCal for their events. It's a more honest version of the game. It tells you what really happened in the game. In score your own point serves, like we do in New York, where you score only when you serve, you can't really have an understanding of how good the game was when you didn't see it. Somebody may say, hey, it was a great game, but the score didn't tell you what the game was. It was a great game, but the score was 21-8, 21-9.
Yeah,
so,
right.
you know, rally scoring, that won't happen. If something happened and it was great and you scored, you won a play, in rally scoring, you get the point for it, serve or no serve, you know? So the score will reflect the actual game, you know? In rally scoring, there's no buffer for a comeback. You don't get to hold them down like you can in one wall and keep them from serving while you get up to serve. In rally scoring, you can't hold them down. There's no such thing.
You know, you can have a real strong rally. One that you're returning the serve, and you go out there and you make a diving get after a 45-shot rally. The crowd goes nuts.
Yeah.
And what did you win?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
You won a chance to serve.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
but in rally scoring, you actually get a point for that. And
Yeah.
like you and I have discussed, and other players that have been in this booth, I actually think I'd rather start a game returning serve.
Yeah,
Because I almost think I have a full scope of the court.
Yeah,
I would never say that in traditional
Yeah,
sports.
you're more relaxed when returning the serve as opposed to when you're committing to possibly more power on your serve. When you commit, you have a little bit less movement. You're closer. You're more susceptible to a lob or a high shot. With defense from the long line, you can just kind of raise it up, draw a guy back, and if he miscues with his high left, you scored a point from the back, and you win a serve. You know, so you can relax more on your serve.
As a player, I absolutely love it because if I'm returning serve and I get that side out, I get a point and momentum, and I'm now serving.
Yeah.
And with my whole life and my destiny with my serve. Now, there's not a lot of great big ball players. I mean, big ball players don't have like these great serves like you'll see. You know, Luis Moreno scored 10 straight points on his small ball serve.
Yeah, not with this new generation. The new generation is not serve savvy. They're not about making great angle serves or even low serve ace serves. That kind of went away in the late 90s. The last batch of the few, you had great serve masters like Buddy Gant,
Okay, hold it.
even Satish Jagannathan. These guys specialized in, I mean, Buddy Gant had a great overall game, but his serve was something to be in awe of. Same with Satish Jagannathan before he switched over to small ball. He had a great punch serve that would ace, he could ace you out the whole game, you know? So, but that kind of went away in favor of more court control. You relax more on your serve, and you use your energy more efficiently instead of putting so much into the serve.
Okay, we're here back in 0-0 with T-Wack serving over to Fast Eddie, and there's going to be one into the right corner. Eddie punches it up to the front wall, and it makes it, actually. Unbelievable get from Samson Hernandez. Everyone's standing in our way, so we can't see, so we have to resort to our high-definition plasma TV. It's a rough life we live, Izzy.
Yeah, well, I'm happy with it right there. These guys can stand right there. I'm good with the 1080p monitor right now.
2-0.
2-0. Second game right now. Samson taking a lead. Samson doesn't have any issues with making a comeback. Stamina issues. He's great with stamina. I mean, he'll go to a tiebreaker and still give it his all with all, just as if he was fresh from the entire game. You'd think he just started.
3-0.
Score is 3-0. Samson and Jocol. I like how we have that name Jocol written on the screen. It's not correct, but it's actually better than Fast Eddie. It's actually Jocol, but don't erase it. Leave it at Jocol, because I know that means something in Spanish. It's probably not arable.
Okay.
But at this time of night, in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm not fluent in Spanish yet, but I'll look up Wikipedia or Google Translate something.
Google Translate. It's Totoy versus and Jocol versus Razzle and T-Wack.
Yeah. Now T-Wack, he's one of the more respected players in SoCal. He specialized. It looks like he specialized a lot more in doubles. When you say doubles, T-Wack is one of the top names that come out, you know. And I didn't really have him on the map as, okay, there you go, add the L. Everybody translate. I didn't really have him on the map with Razzle to be here in the finals. But when I look at the big picture, I'm really not surprised. I'm really not surprised at all. T-Wack, I've watched a lot of his videos on YouTube. He's won a lot of big games. He plays against these guys in Paramount Park out there in SoCal all the time. So he's used to all these top guys. It's like this is like playing on a Monday for him right now. You know? Same thing with Razzle. Razzle's out there in Paramount Park with these guys.
4-1.
And I think right now, Jocol is the only one that I would say that I haven't seen him on the scene too much because of his bad knee. He has a bad knee. He just came out with recovery from that. And he told me, he said in the casino, he said, look, you guys, you're going to see me in the finals. This is before the event started. And you know, not only am I a male model, he said, but I'm a champion handball player. You know, so he's a really good-looking guy, this guy. You know, looks good winning right here. So, you know.
Well, having that knee replaced and then, or not replaced, but reconstructed, and then he comes out here, it's truly remarkable when a player can do that. I mean, he looks like probably the weakest player on the court right here, but in reality, this guy is elite enough to be here in the finals of a major big ball championship, which is you know, really inspiring in a lot of ways.
It speaks all on its own right there. He's here. He's had to go through some really tough matches. He had to sustain a ridiculous volley in a tiebreaker, I think, against Ricky Ruiz and Edgar Olivar. What a great match that was. That was a nail-biter. And they just edged it out by 1 point, 15-14 in the tiebreaker. And Jocol did not crack, he did not budge, and he rode it out to the end. And after that win by 1 point, I mean, he held up, he kept it cool. He's here in the finals, you know?
This match looks like it could be leading towards, very early, but it could be leading toward a tiebreaker. I say that only because we all want to get out of here and go to that pool party that they have planned. But
hit up the jacuzzi, get on the floor.
Probably not going to happen unless Razzle does more shots like that, corner kill.
Yeah, Razzle's really impressed me. He's impressed me a lot.
He's impressive, but look at his mannerism on the court.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he talks.
Yeah, I mean, he seems so cool.
He kind of reminds me of the Chief on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, just a cool guy.
Yeah, the big guy.
When he talks, he's really just talking to himself.
Yeah, he's an imposing guy. He's an imposing figure. But it looks like, to me, he's calm, cool, and collective about the whole thing. He seems to be, from what I understand, he's got a lot of experience in one wall. He's got about, almost a decade's worth of good, solid one wall. He comes from a great three-wall background. So he's kind of well-versed in everything right now. And a lot of codes, more than one code of the game. But, I mean, if you try to stay there on the right side with him, he's going to catch you. He's going to...
Hold it. Call yours? All right. Hey, you jump in, I'm calling it. All right, here we go. 3 serving 5.
If you try to battle him down the right-hand wall, he's more than experienced enough to battle you back and win. I mean, he's done some great stuff. In pro stop number 2 with Sanchez and Hernandez, they overcame, to me, what was unknown. I didn't know Feo and Capullo just came out of nowhere, made the finals, and took Sanchez and Hernandez and Manny Sanchez to the tiebreaker. And Manny Sanchez and Samson win by 1 point. 1 point. And throughout the whole thing, the crowd is watching Manny to see when he cracks, to see when he folds. He held up the whole way. Got to hold it there, I think.
That was a good call, I believe, if the referee's going to give it to him.
He called it.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it, too. I mean, he was unable, T-Wack was unable to see it. Samson's not happy, but, that's what I admire about these big ball players.
Yeah.
He just...
Linesman said it was over, too. Here we go.
He's got a good character about the game. He keeps it moving, whether he agrees with the call or not.
All these guys do.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't get this much character if I went into a library.
Yeah, these guys would keep silent if you asked them in a library. So.
They wouldn't have much to say if you were going to ask them about the books they just read. But look at that get right there.
Nice,
and then
great shot. Great shot. He's a big guy. He's got the build of a linebacker, but he dives like a cat. He's like a cougar or something.
7 serving 3.
Really athletic, really agile. But most of the guys here have a penchant for diving, getting really close to the wall. One-wallers don't have that trait. That's something that there's only like about 2 or maybe 3 guys in one wall that dive and get that close to the wall. That's a big plus. It adds to the hustle, even though it leaves you more vulnerable. But these guys have harnessed it and know how to reshoot on a dive.
4 serving 7.
But conversely, talking to some of the other players, they say that the big ball players are able to, on the run, kill the ball because that's more of the traits there. So, you're giving compliments to the small ball player or the big ball players here with the 3-wall court over on the southern side of the hemisphere. But, we look over at the big ball players that are from New York and say, these guys are able on the run. I mean, full sprints, able to put a ball flat down. So if you were able to take that player, that hybrid player, they would be the best at both.
Yeah.
Or maybe best at
absolutely.
either.
Well, just so that you know, one of the big ball players that do both happens to be one of the most elite players in the game. Giovanni Vasquez. On the run, he's a big runner and a big shooter on the run. But conversely, he dives like one of the SoCal 3-wall players. And when he dives, he reshoots. He chooses if he want to block you out so that you can't get through his position while he's laying down on the floor. And he knows how to make use of a good dive, And I don't know where he picked that trait up from. I know from West 4th, there are a lot of legends who kind of went down and knew how to use a dive, Big ups to Cricket, legendary Cricket from West 4th, who did the same thing. Small guy, a lot of power, but diving is kind of essential. If you can harness your ability to use the front court in that way, you're going to have a big advantage over a lot of your competition.
Well, that's an intricate thing right there that diving, you have a lot of different philosophies on that. You have some players that say, I dive and then I flip the ball up so it gives me time to get back up. And then you've got those other players that say, I dive, I'm not getting back up. I'm putting the ball straight down.
Dave Chapman is one of those in the small ball four-wall scene. He doesn't dive unless he's reshooting. You're in a vulnerable position when you choose to dive. Make the best of it. You're close to the wall. It takes just a little to make a tap out of it. If you can get down there, tap it, use that position to block it out. And generally, somebody from 15, 20 feet away is going to have a hard time picking that up with your small tap.
Sampson comes in, steals that ball here as we're back into play, and then Fast Eddie gets it. Sanchez didn't think it was good. Referee puts his thumbs up saying it was good.
Yeah, he's having a little debate with Flash right there.
That's a great camera angle right there from the WPA.
5-7.
Score is 5-7, second game. That's going to be bad
strange
news.
to see that, in my opinion. Samson brings out Razzle Dazzle in pro stop number 2, and here he is in pro stop number 4 playing against him in the finals.
Yeah, it's really strange, but let me tell you a little backstory on that.
No.
Razzle
8 serving 5.
Razzle did his own thing because Sampson said no, and the reason why Sampson said no is he wanted to play with a player that was aging because he had a personal challenge between himself and his normal playing partner, Ricky Ruiz, who played with an aging veteran in Edgar Oliver. So it's very strange. Even though it's the world title,
serving 8.
Ricky Ruiz and Edgar Oliver teamed up as sort of I'm not going to say a bet because that's not how they did it. It was a personal challenge between Samson Hernandez and Ricky Ruiz, where Ricky said, I can get an old dinosaur. You're going to get a dinosaur. Ricky chose Samson's partner, and Samson chose Ricky's partner.
Okay.
And then look what happened. Samson is once again in the finals, and Ricky was 1 point away from
being right here in the finals.
From being here. So Ricky lost the bet or the challenge, and yet.
Well, that's one of those issues when you analyze the match that actually happened
when he dove on the floor,
between Ricky and Samson.
He had to stay down, right?
Based on the point spread in the tiebreaker, that's kind of like a parallel of ability, but a paradox of styles. They made their choices. These guys are both champions. Ricky has a lot of hunger, a lot of drive. Samson has a lot of confidence. He's already been there. He does it in all kinds of formats and everything. And it turned out to be a nail biter. And I mean, it's like an irresistible force meeting an immovable object, but something's got to give. Something's got to budge. This is rally scoring. Somebody's got to score that 15th point. You know, it can't go on. And they overcame. Samson and Jocol, Eddie, overcame that 1 point, and they're here right now. I mean,
unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. You know, but it speaks volumes that Samson is here with this. I wasn't even aware of the deal that he came down with. But it's fun. It's a fun thing. It's interesting.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many other sports in this world would do that.
Well, I'm aware of that happened in one wall a few times. Rookie has taken an aging veteran, about 50 years old, Randy, won a big open tournament with him in the early 90s. Giovanni Vasquez, top player right now, teaming up with Joe Durso in a few tournaments. So it kind of happens a lot. They want to kind of choose. They want to play with their mentors. They want to play with the legends. And then they want to do it with someone coming up in the game.
But Izzy, so it's not about the money.
It's
about the challenge.
Oh, there's so much to it. Yeah, there's so much to it. Who's ready? Who's capable? I mean, they could have picked guys who weren't ready. But they picked veterans in the game that they felt were good enough for specific. I asked Ricky, why are you playing with Edgar? What is it about Edgar? Why is Samson playing with this guy? But he can't give me the full reason why Samson was playing with him. I didn't ask Samson. But in his defense, he said Edgar is a veteran. Edgar is very good on the right-hand side.
Serving 6.
And he shows up really well in tournaments. However good he plays on the street, he plays that much better in tournaments. You know?
So he likes.
He picked him out for very specific reasons.
As we watch this rally right here, this is no
rally
different.
It is.
A deep shot right there.
Up, repaired knee, Eddie making a move really fast. Nice shot.
But Izzy, that's no different than a Major League Baseball team making a late season acquisition to get that veteran shortstop or veteran pitcher because they've won 6 or 7 rings already.
6.
You know, I mean, you pick them up because they know how to handle that pressure of those lights. That ball was out.
I mean, they're not so relaxed where it's just another day.
11 serving 6.
They maintain the hunger, they maintain the passion, and the pressure won't get to them. The spotlight won't get to them. So they have the best of both worlds. You don't want to come in being so confident that you're so relaxed you can't build an adrenaline
7
rush.
serving 11.
You don't want to be trailing by the time you get an adrenaline rush either. You want to have the best of both worlds. Relaxation filled with passion and hunger, you know? These guys chose their partners for that reason. I guess in NBA and baseball, when they choose that late acquisition for a veteran, they're probably looking for the same stuff along with that consistency.
Score here is 8-11. Now make that 12-8 with Samson Hernandez and Fast Eddie trying to
12
force a
serving 8.
tiebreaker here in the men's doubles
Yeah,
big
Samson
ball
looks really
finals.
confident and happy about the situation right now. Looks like, oh, great shot, great shot. T-Wax.
But it's not over with yet.
Yeah.
9-12 would be the score here when
Yeah.
Razzle
9
serves
serving
in.
12.
Great serve by Razzle. Oh, great. They're taking, T-Wax and Razzle have court control right now. Looks like they just gave it up. Yeah, it looks like they gave up court control. Now they got to refight for it. They didn't execute. They should have executed a shot while they had court control, but now they're stuck in a volley right now.
And by court control, they don't have front court position.
Correct.
They had it, though.
With good position. Front court with good position. They did have it.
Now they've got 50% of that. Now
Yeah.
they've lost it again.
Okay,
And that's bad
Samson's
news with
giving them
Samson right
confusion
there.
Right there, yeah. See that great attempt out the side door right there. T-Wack made a great attempt.
You should have a little ticker on the screen that shows 50, 75%,
Yeah,
50, back
there you
down to
go.
30,
For
and
those
then
that
0.
don't know, we'll
13,
make a
serving
grid for you next time, PowerPoint.
But if T-Wack would have dove and got that ball and rolled it out flat, it would have been one of those 10% chances.
Yeah,
to,
yeah. His odds are really slim after that.
Watch this play develop.
Okay. Great cooperation by Hernandez with Eddie on that.
Samson wanted to take that corner, and Sanchez can't lose weight in the middle of this match, so he's just staying where he's at.
Here we go, you
It's
guys.
not an avoidable because
13
it has to be a
serving 9.
straight line to the front wall, and
Yeah.
Samson didn't want the straight line. He wanted that corner.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like he's taking court control right
That's
here.
a bad move right there.
Yes, it was. He's losing it. But he's got it back right now. He's got them in the back. If he stays there, there he goes. He's got it. See that? Did he make it? He made it, yeah. He's got to execute more like that when he has court control.
Here we go. 10 serving 13.
10-13. Okay, they're finding their groove, I think. They're getting a little bit more comfortable and confident. Oh, yeah. T-Wack is looking real good right now.
Whew.
Oh,
Stiletto left corner kill from Totoy.
yeah.
Samson Hernandez.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, Hernandez can
Point
change
serving 10.
the whole makeup of a game.
Oh, you'd have him playing on your team, I'll tell you that. This is game point.
There he's go. He's in court control right there.
And Fast Eddie put that on, excuse me, T-Wack put that on hold. Razzle Dazzle at 11, and
You know, this is a
11
I'm totally
serving
confident
point.
in Razzle right now. You know, the odds are against him right now, but oh wow, wait a minute. Okay.
it doesn't matter. He just gets
Unexpected.
back
Let's
up
see
and
if
hits
that
it.
magic holds up right now. I'm totally confident. Let's see. Yeah, he got it.
And 2 bounces right there, and this is going to go tiebreaker
Yes,
now
it
as
is.
Razzle slipped and fell after his serve, and you
Yeah.
see Ricky Ruiz
Totally
walking onto the
unexpected.
court to
Yeah.
give Fast Eddie the high five, even though he has that personal challenge against Samson Hernandez.
Yeah, I mean, no, these guys have a lot of respect for each other, a lot of love for each other, and it's all in good competition, heart. They love the game. They love what it does. They love what it brings out in each other, you know? They all have their rivalries, little tiny rivalries within their camp, within their park, within their county. And even if you look at the big scene, some are looking for a rivalry between the entire state, you know? But it all brings out the best in everybody with all respect, with all due respect. You know?
We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in about, we'll call it 4 minutes. You stick around. More action here next at racefor8.com.
See you in a few.
Wait. Here we go. I got it. Here we go. Hey. Come on, here we go.
And we are back live in Las Vegas at the Stratosphere Hotel and
Here we
Casino.
go. Game 3.
This is game
Tiebreaker.
number 3. You heard
Zero
Chris
serving
Tojan,
0.
a.k.a. Flash.
All right, yeah, Samson, Hernandez, and Eddie took it to a tiebreaker.
Over.
Samson, I don't know about Eddie. I haven't
Overcall.
seen him in this particular position before.
0 serving 0.
How long he can go and hold that, maintain that energy pace throughout an entire match, with the exception of Ricky and Edgar's game. But I know Samson is totally able and up to the whole, you know.
He can go forever, I think.
Yeah. He's got a great gas
1
tank.
serving 0.
Score here is 1-0. We're going to 15 for this breaker. It's rally scoring. The organizers of the 3-wall ball tournament said to me, I'd like to go to the pool party, but
2 serving
I have
0.
to turn off these lights. And you guys are still playing, and
Yeah, well, you know.
I gave them the 20-minute warning.
Yeah. Well, you know, pool party's great. I mean, but people traveled hundreds of miles to play some handball, and
3 serving 0.
they came here to watch the fight and have a fight. And the party's gonna have to wait for about 20 minutes. See if we can get some beautiful ladies in the swimming pool over there and have a blast at the pool party. Great rally right now. Yeah, I was expecting that big wraparound by Razzle. Great shot, trying to go out the back door from Samson Hernandez. Doing it again. He's kind of pushing to T-Rack around. Great corner shot right there. Big volley right here, big rally. Great playing, great playing. Wow. Samson just taking over right there, really using all 3 walls.
3 serving 1. No, so 1, hold it. 1 serving 3.
He kept the front using 3 walls, kept everybody off balance and off guard.
You have to be impressed with Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, he does it so unassuming.
Yeah.
I don't know what the call is here.
It's not over. It's not over, dog.
It's not over.
Hold it.
Flash.
It's not over.
Flash
It's a point.
disagrees.
Hey, point.
You see,
The point,
Fast Eddie is
silent
lined up
agree.
wrong. He should
we
be
go.
standing with his back
2
against
serving
the wall.
3.
Yeah.
That's kind of
He's
one
gonna
of those,
lose momentum from the turn that he would, the natural turn that he would get. Okay.
Not just that, it's just against the rules. He should actually be standing in a box, but
Yeah.
there is no box.
There's no box there. Yeah.
But this is Vegas. You kind of make your own rules. Actually, they call
SoCal, yeah, SoCal has a whole
3
lot of different
serving
rules.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I mean, SoCal is much different than New York Handball. New York Handball has 1 standard dimension with a standard set of rules with the exception of a few different blocks in the 5 boroughs. When you go to SoCal, you'll have a different style handball court with different dimensions. every single block you go to, with a different set of rules every single block you go to. And when you say you're the man of your park, you really are the man of your park, because there is no other park like it. You know? So
there's a lot of arguing here. Now we're going to the line judge to see what's going on.
Okay, Raul Cavillo right there, boxer's partner. They're conferencing with him. Looks like he's giving a...
You can tell it's a tiebreaker. I can tell you that. I'm not to interject.
The pressure's on.
Looks like they're going to come to us.
They're trying. Okay, yeah, looks like it.
I don't know what the call is, so I'm going to have to take my sunglasses off. This is really frustrating.
Cool as ice.
What was the call? What did the other line judge say? You saw it as a do-over? And he couldn't see it. I didn't see the play, actually. Izzy and I are talking about stock market. Let's take a look at the replay if we can here. That'll help us out with here, availability here. But really how this goes is, yeah, hold on. There is no replay on a subjective call like this.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't
something that's replayable.
This isn't a line.
Okay, you just play that ball over. Your call supersedes that call. Chris Tojan is going to play that ball over, which is, instead of calling an avoidable hinder, I don't like to shine away from the avoidables. I love them. Okay, now when I play, you saw earlier today, I love creating avoidable hinders, and then I'll argue it.
Yeah.
But from this standpoint, you know, you have a referee who, thought it was good, but you have two line judges that say that one says avoidable, one says should be played over.
He has the power to overrule, but
he should go with his line judge. The overall look is that both line judges saw that something that he didn't see.
They look more confident about what their opinion was about what they saw. Great shot by Eddie, keeping Samson in the front. Oh, nice shot by Razzle. Like I said before, Razzle knows how to play that side of the wall, and if you stay up there with him, he's going to eat you alive. He just has it. He seems to be able to take a wide swing in that short amount of space and keep it down that wall effortlessly.
That ball's a nice shot right there.
Oh, nice attempt at a tomahawk right there.
What in the Ricky Ruiz is going on with that shot from Key
serving 3.
We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada right now, where we are capturing this.
Great attempt. We don't want him to re-injure his knee.
I don't think he cares.
6 serving 3.
And even if he did injure it, he wouldn't know until about 3 or 4 days from now.
Yeah, when the adrenaline rush sets off and he wakes up in the hospital. Great shot.
That was impressive there. We are
two-wall kill right there.
We're in Sin City right now as Samson Hernandez is trying to take this thing over.
Yeah, Samson doesn't want them to get a big lead on him. He's trying to hold him down before it starts. It looks like he understands that here in the tiebreaker, he thought he was going to have a more of a control, more of a better pace because he brought it here. But they took the lead, and he's trying to stop them. He's trying to stop them from maintaining it and making the gap bigger. I can sense a sense of urgency right now in Samson.
But when he has that sense of urgency, he plays better.
Yeah, he does.
Yes,
he does.
That's what champions do. And you know, the great Fred Lewis, who's won so many national championships, said, "I just picked up this kid by the name of Samson Hernandez at the airport. They called ahead. You know, Fred does a lot for youth handball. He said, I just drove with him. How good is he? And I said, why? Well, why are you asking? He said, he has a heart of a champion, this guy. He doesn't even know how good he is. And he's saying, I can tell this guy must be really good because, I mean, this is the type of person I wanted to play." Okay. I said, well, he's the best in the world. I mean, he's the best. So
well, you know, Fred is a champion, so, you know, it takes one to know one, you know?
That's true. But it was kind of interesting to hear him say that. He didn't even know who he was.
Without knowing who he was.
Yeah. He said, this guy's...
There you go, Razzle shooting down the right. Great pickup.
Eddie digs it.
Oh, the great cooperation and teamwork by Samson and Eddie.
Watch what Sam does here. He goes right down the middle.
And he's going back down the right. Nice. Oh, wow. Look at this. Great dive. See, that's what they do.
This is the best rally of the tournament right here.
Nice
Samson
lob
just pokes
right there
it with
by
his
Samson,
left.
but Razzle. Samson is keeping an opening, but he's really comfortable with extending with his left. See that? He likes that extension. He can do a lot of things with his left with just a small.
Oh, and a skip in from Fast Eddie.
Wow.
And the crowd.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know what's going on in the
Eddie
court
not
here.
looking happy with himself right now.
7 serving
We're going to
5.
probably take a timeout to reassess what he just did.
I've never seen a spectator run on the court without getting tackled by security, but Ricky Ruiz broke like 3 rules right there.
Yeah. Only a Ruiz can do that, though. You know, Ricky's one of those guys.
I remember when the Kissing Bandit went out and kissed Nolan Ryan, and they even tackled her.
Yeah, but Ricky's more special than that. Ricky takes precedence over that.
I guess you can do that in outdoor handball. I'm not complaining,
Eddie wants
but
me to call it over.
and what is Ricky trying to say?
He's only using one hand. I can't call that over. 15.
That was the best rally of the tournament right there, and Ricky. We are in Sin City right now during a timeout.
Oh, the crowd is
talking about Sin City. I asked God for a bike, but I know God doesn't work that way, so I stole a bike and then asked for forgiveness.
Well, it's fine with it here.
Is that okay?
It's okay.
That's
it's great.
okay, right?
You can do everything here but jaywalk, as far as I understand.
Yeah,
all the crooks, all the hooligans, they don't jaywalk. That's the law of the land out here. Don't make that mistake. Drink a beer, smoke a cigarette in the store indoors, but don't jaywalk.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. You can have, the school teachers have tattoos. The 3rd grade school teachers have tattoos, but you can't walk into a store with your shirt off.
There you go. Yeah.
Eli, come on, man.
All right, here we go again. Razzle on the serve right now. Looks like Eddie's looking a little bit, I don't know, more patient. You know, not happy with what he just did, but he's looking a little bit more conservative, more patient. There he goes. It was a well thought out return right there by him. See that? He's slowing it down a little bit, trying to keep the pace a little slower, something that he's more comfortable with right now. He doesn't want to get caught in the adrenaline rush. No, it didn't make the wall. T-Wack with a good attempt out the back door.
6 serving 7.
6-7. This game is close. Sampson didn't want them to keep a lead. And he's, like I said, he had that sense of urgency, and he knows what he's in for right now. Great shot.
Seven serving 7.
7 serving 7. Here's right now where T-Wack has to wake up. I mean, I can't read the expressions of Razzle. Razzle is so calm, cool, and collected.
Over.
I don't know what's going on in his head, but you can read it from T-Wack. And right now, you can tell by his expression, he knows that this is the moment, this is crunch time. Even though it's halfway there, this is basically crunch time. This is going to decide where the momentum of this game takes place at 7-up halfway through the game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, look at his whole body
All right. 7
mannerisms.
serving 7.
You know, I used to think that because of the Vegas heat, it's harder to argue. You know, and that's the reason why. But we've seen him now for a couple stops. That's just how he is.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't hot there.
Yeah.
I mean, a little humid, but
you know, but
I mean, right. I don't know how you remember that because you were sleeping on somebody's lawn.
Oh, you heard the rumors. You heard the story.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
You know, I was there. I was there. You don't know I was there.
Face down. Yeah.
8 serving 7.
Score is 8-7.
Okay, Sampson takes the lead. This is a big moment right now for T-Wack and Razzle. They don't want to let Sampson have the mental momentum on this match right now because this is it right now. I mean, Rally's scoring.
Here we go. We'll call it.
You're on pins and needles right now. You got to see T-Wack not, you know, what he should do is basically, they should slow the game down. They cannot keep the game fast against Sampson. Great shot by Razzle. They don't want to keep the game fast against, they want to slow him down. He has a lot of natural power. He's got a lot of weight behind his shot. So if they can control him and stop him from using all that power, they can keep court control and have more opportunities at hitting winners. Great shot by T-Wack. Okay, right there. They're doing good right now in slowing down the pace. Eddie folds again with that shot.
It's really amazing how Dazzle just has such a nonchalant style, not just about him as a person, but also when he hits the ball. It's just like he just sticks out a
but
left.
you know what it is?
But it's
It's
so
actually
effective.
it's actually more difficult for his opponents to read how he feels. We handball players thrive on reading the expressions and the emotions on our opponents to our advantage. And with him, there he goes. I think he's showing some dismay right there. It doesn't look like Razzle's happy with that, but that's the first piece of emotion I've seen in 3 games. And it's almost the end of this game right now.
9-serving 9. 9-9, timeout.
9-9, a timeout right now.
You guys are coming in the serve.
Well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. It's the World 3-Wall Ball Outdoor Handball Championships in Las Vegas, Nevada. What stays here doesn't necessarily remain here.
Well, I would consider
because
the
we're
cameras here a
broadcasting
snitch.
this. I mean, I guess wherever you are watching this, whatever happens to you in your brain has to stay where you're at. You can't talk about this
There you go.
anywhere.
That's it. However you feel about it, that'll stay there.
If you're getting the updates on Facebook, just let it stay there. Don't retweet this this result.
Yeah.
Just let it stay where it's at.
Yeah. Facebook is private, everyone. Don't make it public.
Because we're in Vegas. In Vegas, I got into a long argument with this guy at the roulette table over what I consider to be an odd number.
An odd number.
Yeah.
What, number 1?
No, it's just had a little odd.
Okay, an odd situation.
I actually said I wanted to gamble, and my wife said no dice. So we made the mortgage payment instead.
No dice.
Look at the court here. This is one of the very few timeouts that you see where everybody stands on the court.
Yeah, everybody taking in the ambiance, the camaraderie.
Like they want to be
feeling
part of
being,
it.
Exactly. They all feel the same way about it. Like, they're all in the moment. Everybody's caught in the moment. They're enjoying themselves. We're here in Vegas. It's a big moment. You know, the doubles is here. Tomorrow's a big singles event. You got OC, the rival counties, OC and Orange County versus Los Angeles, with Ibanez, Juan Santos, a.k.a. Ibanez, taking on Sanchez and Hernandez tomorrow. Look at the crowd going wild for something right now.
Here we go. 9-serving 9.
9-serving 9. The game is back in action. The game is back in play. Okay.
No, it's 9-serving 9. No, it was 9-serving 8, and then since they call timeout, it's because they scored.
Okay, Flash restoring order right now, back on the court.
9-9, here we go.
Flash, the judge, jury, and executioner
9-9.
of the activity.
9-serving 9.
There he goes, enforcing his authority. Okay.
Oh, look at that shot right there.
Shot,
Dug out by
great
Dazzle.
Shot by Dazzle. Okay, doesn't look like
That was unbelievable right there.
Yeah.
Actually, the unbelievable part happened when Dazzle was able to dig that ball out, and then Sampson.
Well, he's got a big wingspan right there. Oh, I can't tell. That was out right there.
Sampson says it was in, and he's pumping up Fast Eddie.
Okay.
10-serving
I mean, right
9.
now, it looks like Sampson has the mental momentum in the game right now. These guys have more to prove. I'm not sure if that is going to get them lost. Good shot, I think. No.
I thought it was good.
No good.
I think they're calling no good on that.
No good.
Okay,
No
the
good.
crowd agrees with Flash on that. Ball
I don't know what
skid.
mala means,
10-10.
but
Here we
I
go.
hope it was
It ain't good.
terrible. I hope it was
10-serving.
terrible.
Hold it.
Remember what
I called it,
happens
dog.
here.
I didn't even call it. I was talking to him.
If it ain't good, it means it's bad. Right
10-serving 10.
That's a good point.
Oh, Razzle really happy with the situation right now. You know what? It appears he's really relaxed. He just cracked a big smile right there before his serve, showing that he's not affected by the pressure at all. He's actually in the moment right now.
Hold it.
Yeah, Razzle's really in the moment right now. I think he's really.
I agree
11
with you.
serving 10.
Yeah.
I mean, Razzle does not argue.
Great shot by Razzle right
He
there.
just looks at you.
Yeah, that's all that needs to happen.
I would give him a technical if he looked at me.
Oh, little return right there by Eddie, Fast Eddie. Something happened. Somebody stopped the play, possibly that ref.
But I will tell you this, Izzy. You know, a woman has the last word in an argument.
Okay.
Anything a man says,
11
anything a man
serving
says
10.
after that is a beginning of a new argument.
Yeah, you said it. That's wisdom right there. Wisdom 101 by Dave Vince.
Nice shot right there from T-Wack.
Okay, right now what he doesn't want to do is keep Samson playing a fast game right now.
Is that legal?
I don't think so right there.
No,
but we are in Las Vegas.
No, I'm talking about what Samson was doing
He
to
pushed him
T-Wack.
down. I don't know. He held him down.
After the play.
We are in Las Vegas.
That's an over. That's an over. He has to stay down.
Can we get a replay on that?
I stay down, dog. I stay down. I stand up. I stay down. It's unavoidable.
What, did he tackle him? I know he has the build of a linebacker, but this isn't football.
It's an over, dog.
It's an over.
I agree with Chris, and I hope they come to the booth here. That ball's just played over.
He shot it where he was at.
They're trying to get an avoidable out of this, but how?
Yeah, but Flash is really, really confident about what he's saying right now.
But how is T-Wack going to try? They're saying that T-Wack is trying to jump up, but how could he when he has a 100
ridiculous? All right, here we go. Got a replay here.
Tell the children not to watch this. The ending of this
Close your eyes.
Probably something you don't
see here is not rated.
This right here.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, well, you know, there goes a little gesture right there to let him know that he's. I don't know.
That's not an avoidable.
Yeah.
I think it's the wrong call because Samson would have taken that if he would have got it.
Yeah, I call an over on that.
I don't even know if it's over.
You don't think it's over on that?
No, I believe it should be a point for Razzle Dazzle because Samson, if we can take a look at the replay again, he went for the shot, the referee let him take the shot, and he missed it. And then they're looking for an avoidable.
If we can, let's take a look at that shot again. I'm not sure if Hernandez can make that happen. But
listen.
Yeah, let's take a look at this again. We're going to take a look at this again. All right, the ball's coming around.
We're taking a look at the replay right here.
Right out the back door. Going back to wall. Okay, Samson should be shooting to the left right now. Okay, he's going to go for the dig.
There's T-Wack going to the ground right there.
He makes the shot right there.
There's one bounce.
Let's see. What happened? Did it hit the floor?
Yeah, it digged in. You see Flash raise his hand immediately saying that he wanted a do-over.
Yeah, I don't think it was an over. I think Flash made it. I think Samson made the shot. I think he had the shot. I think he failed on the shot. Yeah.
I'm with Fast Eddie on that, but that's not my call.
Yeah, it's not my call either, but I'd say that that was not an over.
You didn't get up. You couldn't get up.
I'd say that Razzle and T-Wack win the play on that. You know?
We did review it, but we'll have the lead ref come over and look at what we did.
Yeah.
This is what's great about big ball is that we're creating our own rules as it actually happens. We can't really review a subjective call like this, but our lead referee can easily tell you as we look at this replay one more time.
Yeah, I mean, we have the luxury of seeing this view right here. Here it goes. All right, hold on.
We're going to look at the replay. Our lead referee is going to take a look. Samson Hernandez goes to this corner.
Right,
you see
T-Wack
really
have a block on him.
T-Wack does not get up. You'll watch that.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, he's down. He's down.
He's fine. He has a good handle on the ball, and Samson just doesn't.
And
make
that
the
right
wall.
there.
He has a good enough. He has a good enough shot. He had a good enough shot to make the kill, and he actually used Samson actually used the position to make a more accurate stiff arm jab kill shot to the cross court.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make the wall. I'd say that Samson loses that play right there.
I believe Samson took the shot, would have taken the shot if he would have rolled it flat.
Yeah,
the crowd would have gone crazy, and this score would be tied with Samson and Jocol serving right now. And I believe the right call is an actual point given to Sanchez and Vasquez.
I agree. I agree.
This is what it was.
No, we saw what it was.
Let's go into the booth here really quickly
again right now.
T-Wack shot the ball.
We're going to see it right now.
T-Wack shot the ball. T-Wack shot the ball. He went for it. He dove to pick it up, and he didn't kill it, so Samson went right behind him. He had to die for it, because if he didn't go for it, it would have been T-Wack's point. But I called it over, and my linesman on the left-hand side called it over too.
Wait a minute, you called it.
So it's 2 calls.
We saw you. We did see the referee lift his hand, though.
Hold it. Release the chair. You called it over while Samson was making his swing.
Yeah, exactly. So Samson dove over him.
Well, if he called it over, then what happens is, unfortunately, the play is dead. The play is dead, and it becomes an over due to the ref interference.
The ref lifted his hand. We saw that.
Because Samson can accuse the ref of actually stopping the play. He's obeying the ref.
But the question is, what was the call on the court?
I called it over.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, regardless of the small ball aspect,
it's over.
he can
Definitely
obey the
over.
ref.
The ball's
He
played over.
can obey the ref.
It's played over.
We have it without that, without what he just said, we had it as Manny Sanchez and T-Wack gaining the point.
Right.
But the referee stopped the play, and Samson can't accuse the hold it because of the ref interference.
But also, compacting this is that the line judge also said that it was over, so you got a referee and a line judge also agreeing, concurring.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at the replay one more time, you'll see exactly what the referee is saying, and I'm going to have to reverse.
Okay, so you can actually see the
thought.
ref on the play. I didn't watch
the
ref
hand.
right
Watch
now.
his left hand.
Let's see.
Let's take a look here. Sanchez goes with that overhand right down the middle shot.
There goes the toy with the 2-wall out the back.
This is where T-Wack thought the ball was going to go out of play. Now everybody's converting on the court here in real time, but let's just watch this whole thing in slow motion.
Here's where the play takes action. Let me take a look at Flash's left hand.
Flash's
right.
I believe he lifts it late, but I think he's probably verbalizing it much earlier.
Okay, here he is.
Watch his hand.
Let's see. No,
that's
a little late. No.
It's late,
That's late.
but he could have been calling it. What we don't see is him actually saying it.
Yeah.
He might be
look,
saying
Samson's
over.
actually looking back at Flash. He did. Look, I don't know what they did in the tech truck, but right there, that was a great vantage point of Samson's expression looking at the ref because he called it. So Samson was aware of it.
Now, we saw it in slow motion. Referee did lift his hand, which did mean he said, let's do it over. And let's not watch this part, but let's not watch the dismount.
Yeah, I have a 12-year-old son watching this broadcast right now.
11 serving 10.
You close your eyes for that right there.
10.
Lock up the kids. Now we're back into play.
Great playing. Not sure if they want to play this fast against great.
Nice get right there from
Sanchez.
Fast Eddie. Oh, light. Look at those hands right there.
Great playing, but Samson is definitely in control right now, keeping the pace fast the way he wants it. It seems like Manny Sanchez can
do anything.
Yeah, he's really comfortable
look at that
in
shot.
the grind, in the front, regardless of how fast the ball is coming at him.
Nice cover right
Great
there.
rally right there, ends in a block.
Huh?
Unbelievable.
Watch the feet. 11 serving 10.
And all of that, and we're just at 11 to 10.
Yeah, it's still the third quarter of the game. Well, if you could call it that, the last third of the game.
I would do everything I could not to hit it to Sanchez. And there was contact in the backswing. I mean, how could you not make contact there? And now Sanchez getting a little
disapproving of showing emotion that the ref was not on top of that. Let's see, they're going to go to the side judges too to confirm whether
that Sanchez is right here.
Over ball. Flash makes the right call on that. That's what needs to happen though. He's got to be on top of it a little faster, but that all depends on how the game is stipulated. Should the ref call it from the start, or does the players call it? They asked that before each match.
Is it over?
So I'm not sure what they agreed to before the match took place. Looks like they wanted the ref to make the calls though.
There was contact. It's obvious that should be played over.
You already warned them.
Let's just do that fair.
You already warned them.
That's pushing.
I know.
Hey, hold it. They said it's over. Here we go. Hold it. It's 11-10.
Normally would not step in and do that.
11-10. 11 serving 10.
Got to kind of restore order from chaos sometimes.
That's clearly over. There was a hit him in the backswing. But the great thing about these guys is they let that stuff go. And they play.
Yeah, they seem to play through anything. It's almost
weird,
like
isn't it?
a game with no rules at all. But like I said, oh, there you see that? Right through him.
Double bounce. Double bounce. Double bounce.
Okay, this double bounce.
I thought that was 2 bounces up there with.
Looks like right here at 11 all. This makes me even more impressed with T-Wack and Razzle. Great shot out the back door.
And now you see Samson yelling at Fast Eddie because he said, "You go out the door. I cover the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cover the carom off the door.
Yeah.
You go out."
Yeah. There shouldn't be no question about what's supposed to happen right there.
And you saw Fast Eddie trying to play the ball that caroms.
He tried to keep that whole side covered. Well, right now, what looks like what's happening is Samson is losing a little bit of faith or trying to take a lot more of the court than he originally wanted to take. And it looks like Eddie, okay, look, what's something going on right here?
This is a lot like the last 2 minutes of a basketball game.
Yeah, a lot of stalling.
12 serving, 12.
A lot of
serving.
Nitpicking
Time
right here in
out.
the last moment. Here goes a timeout right now. Everybody's going to regroup. Sampson doesn't look too happy with what's going on right now, losing confidence. That's going to make him have a big burst of adrenaline. Not sure what he's going to do with it, but one thing you can count on with him is that he's steady as a rock. So whatever adrenaline comes behind that steadiness is going to be backed up by good, solid playing.
Well, we have a timeout right here on the main show court. The racquetball folks that are running this tournament want to go over to the pool party, but they can't because this is going extra innings. They're stalling. There's a lot of excitement going on. This is the big ball pro and doubles finals. Samson Hernandez from the LA area.
Hawthorne, Cali, LA. Taking on fellow LA residences. Yeah. It doesn't look like, based on the expressions right now, that they're happy with the game right now. Eddie looks a little unsure of himself. Samson kind of coming down on him. And the difference is right now that regardless of the point spread right here, T-Wack and Razzle have a mental momentum right now. I think they're really hungry at this point right now. So I'm feeling really confident that T-Wack is going to score a good few points. I don't know about closing out, but I see 14 points, what they call Changa out here, point game, within T-Wack's and Razzle's reach. You know?
Okay, our 60 seconds are up. We should be back into play now. Our referee is jarring with these players. Now you see one of the players coming over talking to one of the fans, trying to get the fan to calm down just a little bit. That's usually the other way around.
Yeah. Okay, looks like Eddie's suiting up right now. Not sure exactly what's happening. Samson serving. I thought that Samson lost the last play.
Well, there's always drama.
12 serving, 12.
12 serving 12.
Wow, I thought it was 12 to 11.
Yeah.
I don't know how I missed that. Maybe they played
Great
something.
Power out the back door by Samson Hernandez.
Samson just poked that ball out. You have to really give credit to
13
T-Wack
serving,
and Dazzle to even be in this position.
Yeah, you know.
Both teams, actually.
Yeah. I mean, T-Wack, I know, is a very strong doubles player, extremely strong. And, you know, I definitely, I wasn't thinking about his name being in the finals, but I'm absolutely not surprised. I mean, he's here. I know what he can do. I've seen it.
13 serving, 12.
Hang with the best. He can beat the best easily. Razzle is new to me, and I'm more impressed with him every time he makes an appearance. Every time he makes an appearance, he makes a statement. What just happened right there?
Hold it.
There was players on an adjacent
13
one-ball
serving,
court
12.
playing illegally because the lights are turned off.
Okay, great playing. Samson looks like he's taking over right now. Samson actually taking the lead. Eddie making a great kill, proving me wrong right now. Getting hype. Okay, there you go. You see the look in Samson's eyes. He looks like a man possessed right there. This is the look that he gives right now when he goes into what people call the zone. Eddie looks kind of hype right now. Not sure if that was a good right stance. You said it was illegal. But Samson right now looks like he's found that special place that they call the glow.
And there it is.
Okay, what was that?
Samson Hernandez gets it over the line.
Samson Hernandez wins the open doubles. 15-12 in the tiebreaker over Razzle Dazzle and T-Wack. I thought I saw it out. Great playing. I could be wrong. Everybody sees it good. Okay, everybody's happy with what happened. Ricky Ruiz and Edgar Oliver celebrating with the old-timer right there. Showing him some Vegas love right there.
Well, if you're going to pick up a guy, make sure you know how to actually pick up somebody and don't choke him out. This right
here,
here,
just finished with surgery.
We're not at Mandalay Bay. Okay,
look, he just fell down. He's praying to the gods. Hambo God.
Look at that. Hands together.
Oh, there you go with the toy up there on the shoulders of Chris Isaac.
Let's look down at Fast Eddie getting a little emotional.
All
here
right,
on the
right
show
there.
court.
Yeah, let's take a look at Eddie on the floor. Praise be to God, he says. Oh, it's a very emotional moment. I'm sure he's very thankful for Sampson for allowing him to give him the chance to be with him and cruise in this car right here to victory. Great playing.
We are going to say goodbye for this broadcast moment. It's been a great match to watch as Sampson, Hernandez, and Fast Eddie take down Razzle Dazzle and T-Wack in a very close, thrilling tiebreaker. And we caught it live here at racefor8.com. We're going to say goodbye for the day.
You take it easy, folks. Pleasure being here, Vince. Thanks a lot.
We have more handball action tomorrow, more finals. Until then, we're going to say goodnight. Thank you for tuning in at racefor8.com.
Good night, all.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
For 20 years, the Inner City Handball Association has educated, mentored, and served young people through handball. Young people that participate in the Inner City Handball Association programs have a high graduation rate from high school and continue on to college. Inner City Handball teams are good athletes, good students, and good ambassadors for the sport of handball. We need your help to continue our work. Inner City Handball Association is a registered 501c3 tax-exempt charity. Please donate today. Thank you.